What's up, quarterback fans? Welcome to another QB Spotlight film breakdown video. And today's video is going to be over former Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson. With the NFL Combine just finishing up and with Richardson putting up crazy big numbers, just great test results, I figured now would be the time to go ahead and get started breaking down some of the top quarterbacks in the NFL draft. So with Anthony Richardson, I know he's a freaky athlete, right? He can throw the piss out of the ball. All these crazy great traits that make him a potential first round pick. But I want to look at the film and talk about what the film tells us and what we kind of take away from the film, and where he can improve, where he's good at. But before we look at the film, before we talk about him in a bit more detail, I just want to encourage y'all to consider subscribing to the channel if you like any film breakdown quarterback content. We put out quarterback content each week with App State quarterback Brady McBride, where we have different quarterbacks on for interviews and just talk about their journeys as a quarterback. But we do film breakdowns like this, so if it's related to the quarterback position, it is fair game here. So Anthony Richardson, we're going to go through some film. We're going to watch Georgia, Kentucky, and I believe Utah. And we're going to look at what he did well and kind of what he struggled with. And there's a lot of accuracy concerns, if you will. I think he was a low 50% completion percenter, like maybe 50% completion percentage. I apologize. I think it's like 53, 54, somewhere along those lines. But it wasn't because he couldn't break down defenses or read defenses, right? There's several clips of him showing a really good job deciphering the defense and putting the ball exactly where it needs to be. And then there's other clips of him doing a really good job reading the defense and for whatever reason throwing an inaccurate pass, right? That could be on him, it could be on the receiver, probably on both, right? So for whatever reason, there were some times where even though he read the defense and read it correctly, it was just a timing issue or whatever it may have been. He was on the same page with his receiver, so that's where you saw some of these throws. But I attest that to lack of experience, right? He just hasn't had a lot of experience at the quarterback level, at the college level, playing quarterback, right? And so I think he just more and more experience will lead to potentially and hopefully more accurate throws. So I think the ability to read the defense is there, which we're going to see, and we're going to see him deliver good balls. And then at the end of the video, we're going to look at him reading the defense, and throwing an inaccurate throw because of a timing issue, receiver issue, whatever it may be, right? Stuff that I think he can clean up and fix up. I don't think the old narrative of if you're inaccurate in college, you're going to be inaccurate in the pros. I don't know if that's necessarily true anymore. I think there's still some value to that, but I think, if you're a quality, good coach, then you can kind of coach him how he needs to be coached. So I just think that he just needs more experience, and I think you saw glimpses of greatness. You saw glimpses of just like, wow, he can do it all, right? He just needs to put the full game together. And one other thing that I took away was, so he had 9 interceptions last year, but 5 of those picks came in the first 4 games. So I think over the season, even though he didn't improve in every area, maybe someone wanted him to, he still showed some improvement throughout the season, right? So I think that's a good takeaway that, hey, he got better in a certain category, a certain area. So I think the potential is off the charts, like everyone. I have no idea how it's going to end up in the NFL. I'm not a scout. I'm not smart enough to be like that. But from my point of view, my takeaway, I just want to demonstrate that he does have the ability as a quarterback to read the defense, to put the ball where it needs to go. It's just doing it on an every down-to-down basis. And so it's not so much him not reading the defense as opposed to just being inaccurate for timing issues, receiver issues, and just getting more reps at the quarterback position. So with all that said, let's dive into the film. Remember to like the video, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, and we'll see you at the end of the film breakdown.
Good throw by Richardson over the middle of the field, but we'll let it play and kind of break it down briefly. But it's a good read, ends up being a good accurate throw, sees the middle of the field's open, good anticipation as well. So you'll notice it's a good read here. Richardson is reading this back safety, comes back here. This safety is kind of rolling up top. I don't know if it's a cover 1 with a robber or what it may be, but this safety regardless gets a little bit too deep, which leaves the middle of the field open. Richardson is looking at him the whole time, right? So you can see that's what Richardson's looking at. Middle of the field is right there, sees it open. And right when the receiver is crossing this backer here, Richardson starts to deliver the ball. Boom, hits him in the hole right there. Ends up being a really good ball. Good anticipation throw. Good job reading the defense by Richardson. Just a good example, one to demonstrate. Let's watch this angle here. You can watch Richardson's eyes. A good reading that safety. Ball's out now. Boom. Hits him in the hole there. So a good throw there. Good read there by Richardson. Let's watch a few more clips just like that. Another big-time NFL throw here. But it's the read I like, the pre-snap read, and then the anticipation and pressure coming in. That's a hell of a throw, though. And yeah, it's the strong arm, the intangibles, all that good stuff. But let's watch pre-snap look, right? So pre-snap look, He knows he's probably got like a man coverage over here for the simple fact no one's up top. The corner has inside leverage or inside technique, so he's lined up inside the receiver, and Richardson's got plenty of space to the boundary here. Long throw from the right hash to the left side of the field. Kentucky's basically daring Richard to do it, which he did. Ball comes out right now as pressure's in his face, as the receiver's breaking. Pretty good coverage right here, right? Like pretty good coverage. The DB kind of knew what the receiver was running. Richardson, because of his ability to throw with anticipation and read the defense, was able to make that throw. Ends up being right first down, I think, right? If not, then pretty damn close. But again, it was Richardson's pre-snap read and then his strong arm that allowed him to do that. But it's because he read it accurately or correctly and threw it accurately after that. Pressure in the face, ball comes out. Really good throw against tight coverage. Another throw I like of Richardson. Well, let's go ahead and watch it. We'll break it down a little bit more. It looks easy, right? Just a little comeback route from the right hash, left side of the field. But the situation is like 2nd and 15, and it's a cover 3 look pre-snap, and so Richardson probably knows it's probably going to be a cover 3 look just because of the situation, right? So I like the fact that Richardson throws the anticipation, and the situation calls for what most likely is a cover 3, which it happens to be, right? Off coverage, of course, got this third, and then this corner has this third. The ball comes out as the receiver is turning around, and obviously that's a much longer throw than it probably looks like on the TV. And of course, Richardson has a strong arm to get out there, and so then it gives them what, 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 4. So it ends up being a really good throw, really good read there by Richardson, right? So again, I like the situation. I like that he sees that the corners that is off, and then on the snap of the ball, it kind of reinforces that it is a cover 3. Ball gets out quick, right? Good read, good ball there, but it starts with the read during the situation. Throws from Richardson. It's a 3rd and 15, right? So it's a situational throw, which I think is a big thing that doesn't always get tracked in the box score, and it ends up being a big first down, good throw here. But for me, it's again the ability to read the defense. So from like my perspective, when I see 2 up top safeties, I'm not thinking this guy's going to come down and be man with the slot receiver, but that's exactly what happened. So let's watch it play out, and then we will kind of break down with more detail, because I think it's a great read by Richardson. He looks off the other up top safety at the beginning of the play, so he's looking over here the whole time, right? So even though this guy's coming down to man, he's kind of stopped here. This corner's bailing this way, and this safety is coming down and taking this receiver with man, right? So really good read by Richardson to process this. That's a tough read and a good look by Utah. Ball comes out now, right as he's breaking this this DB here. So maybe he's not man, but regardless, the zone's up top here. But a good throw by Richardson to come, boom, strike down the middle of the field. Just a good read by Richardson, good anticipation throw, and a good job against a Utah defense that, like if I was behind center, I would have no clue what the hell is going on. It's a really good look by Utah. Let's watch it here. Go up here. Here we go. Good looks the other safety. Comes this way. Ball's out. Good shot there. Good read by Richardson. I like this play from Richardson for several reasons, but the most like transferable character trait here is this his ability to move in the pocket with his eyes downfield. I think that's awesome because Georgia was harassing him all game. He's playing on a bum knee. He got hit maybe the first play of the game, if I remember correctly. This is a really good read here. You can kind of tell from this angle here. The eyes remain downfield regardless of getting hit play after play. His eyes are downfield, moves in the pocket, boom, throwing the ball. This is a tough throw, right? Throwing the ball behind this backer here as this receiver. You kind of see his feet are coming to the other side. So obviously, hell of a throw that not many people can make. But it's the read that I like, staying calm in the pocket as well. Still in the Utah game, and this is an NFL read here. Right, let's let it play out, and then we'll look at it in a little more detail. It's just a great example of a good read and throwing your receiver open. The receiver's open if you're an NFL quarterback here. Boom, good read there. So watch this. The DB has his back turned to the quarterback. Let me go back a little bit more. I apologize. So we're watching this. Boom. Right now the DB's screwed, right? He's coming back is turned to the quarterback. This is where the throw is, right? So he's actually an open receiver if you're an NFL quarterback, which Richardson, of course, is being. Ball comes out. really good throw there. But again, it starts with the read, the ability to read that, to see it, and then to execute there, right? I know I've said this in the past few videos, but I just want to hammer home the point. Like, Richardson can read your defense. You know what I mean? Like, there's some good reads that he is processing and going through, and then being able to deliver after reading the defense. So again, just a good example there. Something scouts would love to see. An example of just a throw that's off. Probably a good read here, actually. But you'll see just not on the same page for whatever reason. Boom. Ends up being almost like Richardson thinks the receiver's running a slant, it looks like. But the receiver runs more inwards here. Boom. Expects the ball to be on his chest. Richardson kind of throws it like it's a slant. Ends up being a good read. The receiver gets open. Just an off throw there for whatever reason why. It could have been the receiver, could have been the quarterback, but for whatever reason they were not on the same page. So just an example of what we talked about in the beginning of the video. We'll watch one more clip here, see if we can see it here. Kind of, yeah. Here's a good read here by Richardson, but just an example of a throw that's not accurate here. We'll break it down in a little bit more detail because I still want to hammer home the point of him reading the defense, just not making the accurate throw for whatever reason, right? Like we talked about at the beginning of the video, timing, receiver, whatever it may be. This looks like it's just on Richardson, but you'll see middle of the field is open. Richardson initially starts looking off here. He sees he has, what he needs and what he wants right here. The ball, it's not a timing issue. The ball is coming out right as the receiver's breaking. You got plenty of space there. It just sails high on him, right? So just an example of a good read, just not the most accurate throw there, but again, not an issue as far as processing defenses. Another example of the right read by Richardson, but ends up being an inaccurate throw or timing issue. This one could be on the receiver, but it's like 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, the right read. Boom, just not able to make a completion there, right? So the reason why I think it could be on the receiver is the receiver is supposed to probably go to the first down mark and stop. Richardson maybe throws it a tad early. You can see he's not even at the first down marker yet. So for whatever reason, timing, whatever, ends up being an inaccurate throw for whatever reason. But again, the read was correct. Just the throw and the execution of it was not up to what it should have been. Here we have a receiver running a dig route. Ends up being the right read by Richardson. Again, just kind of off on the throw. I think I know what he's trying to do. I think he's probably trying to sit down the receiver so he doesn't get him blown up. And in doing that, the throw is just high. So he's throwing to this receiver right here. Ends up just being a high throw there, right? So it does look like to me he's probably trying to not lead him into the DB to get blown up, or to the backer, whoever it was. But in doing that, ends up being an inaccurate throw. It looks like he's probably trying to sit him down. This ends up being a bit high here, but the read is good. The read is good. That's a tough throw too, with pressure in his face. So let's take this with a grain of salt. But still, good read. Just the inaccurate throw there.
So again, just a few clips, right? But I think it did a good job showing clips from different games of him reading the defense and throwing NFL type throws. And then it showed a few clips of him reading the defense well, but then not making an accurate throw for whatever reason that was, right? So I think the biggest takeaway is, why is he inaccurate at times? Is it a receiver issue? Is it a timing issue? Is it a technique issue? Don't know. I'm not that smart. But I think if he can figure that out and find that out, then man, the potential's off the charts, right? So definitely excited to see where he goes and what he does. Admittedly, not a big NFL fan, but it is fun kind of keeping track of these guys that were stars in college and doing some breakdowns on them. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing, all that YouTube stuff. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Richardson, and what other quarterback you want to see broken down in the NFL draft. Let us know, and we'll see you next time. Peace.